Now, I haven't played Roblox since I was last like 11 or 12 years old. Basically, I quit Roblox around the same time I started playing shooters more seriously instead of casually, and I just forgot about it, I guess, right? Like, I never saw it again. However, lately I've been on TikTok more often, and I've been getting recommended a few videos of just people getting some of the most absurd drop rates in these games. For example, in Anime Vanguards, there is the most rare unit called Alucard. Now, this guy is literally a 1 in 25,000 drop chance, okay? 1 in 25,000. And basically, it's just a bunch of people flexing how lucky they are, or for the most part, if we're being realistic, how many ults someone runs until they end up getting a good unit, right? Like, let's be honest, 90% of people who do have Alucard in that thing of Roblox have made multiple ults in order to get it easier. However, even then, it doesn't make it all that much easier. It is still very, very difficult to actually get it. I want to let you guys know, for the last around 4 days, I've been playing this game, and I have around 80,000 gems spent. And I believe the average, right, if you convert the percentage chance of getting Alucard, the average amount of gems that you'd have to spend to kind of reach, if there were a pity, right, if there were a pity, it would be 1.25 million gems, which is more than 10x of what I've obtained in around the last 4 days. And I was a bit, sneaky, degenerate. The clutches were had on me, and so I bought VIP in the game, which makes pulls 20% cheaper for me. So even more pulls I have, so around 10 times of what I've spent on the game is when you should get an Alucard, converting it from the chance drop rate. However, that's what I've been doing lately. I've just been addicted to that game the last 4 days, and I really do think like these gacha games like Hoyo and maybe other companies who continue to make these anime gacha games should actually take a lesson from those guys. Now, keep in mind, even though that Alucard unit is absolutely fucking busted and he's a 1 in 25,000 chance, most of the other units aren't that bad, okay? For example, one of the most broken units in the game, called Igris, is a 0.75% chance drop rate, which is around the same of a unit in this game, right? I believe in this game it's around 0.6 or 0.8, something like that, right? And so the difference is, in that game, you can farm that unit. Like, you do an event or a hard stage, and you do it multiple times over and over and over until you end up getting lucky enough to get that unit. And my god, is this such a quality of life change that I would love to see in these games. Now, keep in mind, they don't have to make some super broken units for this either. They could literally just do this for any units in the game, even 4 stars. Of course, don't make it a 0.75% chance. However, I'm sure many people would play an event if they had like a 2% chance or a 1% chance of getting a really good 4-star, or maybe like, let's say, a 4-star selector. Okay, I feel like that would be a lot more appealing to people. A 4-star selector. Like, so many people would grind the shit out of this game if that were an option. Keep in mind, it's not just Igris who's a meta unit. There are other meta units who are literally the exact same as this. There is an event temporarily in the game for Demon Slayer characters, and one of the secret Demon Slayer characters, exclusive ones, has a 1% drop chance, and you just farm and farm and farm until hopefully you end up getting Rengoku. It is Rengoku who is the exclusive unit in that Demon Slayer update, and I just love to see this implemented in more gacha games. Not everything has to be locked behind pulls. there should be either like units you can get after you get a certain amount of achievements, or the same as this game where you can obtain a unit for, and it has a set chance to drop after farming a shit ton of a certain stage or event. Like, it's just very fun and very rewarding, right? Like, that, this is the main problem that these gacha games, at least for me, have right now. It's that you only need jades to get units. No matter what side quests you do in this game, they are completely useless, okay? They have absolutely no use at all. The only planet in the entirety of this game that has some use for the side quests are Penacony, because if you're running a break team, once you get a certain amount of Penacony's cash currency, you'll be able to get your Harmony MC to E6 or E4. E4 is the most important one because it gives your entire team 15% of his break effect. However, mainly E4, and then you can also go for E6. And obviously, a lot of people got Harmony MC, E4 or E6 doing side quests and Penacony. So I'd love to see this implemented into this game, because there are, like, it's making me realize, right? Like, I've never thought about it because I've never had any other gacha games to compare to it. This is the same thing that happened to me with Wuwa, where I didn't really expect anything from Wuwa, and then when I actually played it, I realized how much more quality of life could be added to these games. And it's no different for, surprisingly, this Roblox game that I originally thought was just going to be boring and useless, right? Like, it was going to have some of the most predatory systems I've ever seen. However, surprisingly, it's actually probably the least predatory gacha I've ever played, really. I've been playing 4 days, and I have nearly every single mythic unit. I've already gotten every single legendary unit, every single epic and rare. However, once you get higher up in the levels, rares, epics, and legendaries don't matter as much, so I will say that. However, I would say in around like a week to a week and a half, I'll probably have every unit in the game except for Alucard. Alucard is literally the only unit in that game that just has an absurd drop chance that it's almost impossible to get, or it'll at least take you probably months if I had to guess, right? Like, as I said before, the average is 1.25 million gems spent on pulling, and me, who has been playing for 4 days, only has around like 75 to 80k gems spent. It is not easy to get that guy. However, he's not necessary. That's the thing. He isn't necessary by any means, and he's not even technically the best character in the game. Now, technically yes, technically no. There are situations where he's the best and situations where he's not. It can go back and forth between him, Igris, and the new Demon Slayer unit, Tengen. So, yeah, I think I've gone on long enough now on what I've been doing these last few days. I've mostly just been speedrunning my dailies without even spending my energy. As you can see here, 1858. So, I've just been speedrunning my dailies by leveling up a relic once and then doing the daily quest, and then literally just going straight back to that Roblox game. Let me know if you guys would want to see me like make a video on that game. I doubt anyone that watches me plays Roblox, because I feel like it's either little kids who just hate comment literally the second I post a video, or actual like older mature people who probably don't play Roblox. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with playing Roblox, because I'm playing that shit right now. I'm not gonna let anyone shame me. That shit's fun as fuck. However, enough of that. So I believe Topaz is coming out in the next patch on our rerun with Lingsha. So, or sorry, the next half of this patch. So we have Topaz and Lingsha. Lingsha is meta. I already knew this like literally from fucking V1 or V2 or whatever it was. I already knew she was going to be incredibly broken, and people were just being absolutely stupid with her, okay? Like, people would say some bullshit like, Gallagher is better. 5% better than my Gallagher. Oh, I'll just keep using my Gallagher. Like, please just shut the fuck up, okay? Yes, she is blatantly a Gallagher replacement, okay? That's for sure. She is definitely just made to be the Gallagher replacement. However, she is incredibly strong, okay? I'm not talking a little, incredibly strong. I'm telling you, I've seen this woman zero cycle, okay? A sustain zero cycle in this current MOC with E0S1. Keep in mind, her E1 is what makes her even that much more broken, okay? I believe on any broken enemies, they automatically have 20% defense down, and she also gets a 50% weakness break efficiency increase. So even outside of a Firefly team, you can run this girl with like Robin, Sparkle, and maybe like Branya, you know, maybe Ruan May, and you could just destroy. Like, you absolutely destroy. I also saw someone run her as a DPS and max out Pure Fiction as well. E0S1, of course. So she is incredibly broken, and then you put her in the Firefly team, and oh my goodness, it's absolute just demolishing. Yeah, demolishment, whatever, however you say it. My mind is slipping a little bit here because I've basically been playing that Roblox game all day, and now my brain's fried. I can't really think of anything. However, I've been awake for like 14 hours at this point, so yeah. However, she is completely broken, and once she comes out, the Firefly team is going to go straight back to the #1 team. I believe currently people have been rating the Acheron team above the Firefly team because of Zhao Q's release. However, it's just going to change when Lingsha comes. 20% defense down, Firefly making everyone fire weak, and Lingsha just spamming that summon over and over and over again is just, it's chef's kiss, really. Like, they just go absolutely perfectly together. And honestly, I've been thinking of, you know, possibly investing into the Break team. Now, if you guys don't know, I am on a different account. This is not my original account. This is actually a friend's account, okay? I've already clarified this on stream. This is a friend's account who's busy with school, and he basically just said I can use this account however much I want. He told me that he's probably not going to play the game anymore. However, it's probably, right? He could come back at any time. Maybe in the future, I won't have this account anymore. However, for now, I'd rather play on this account than my original one that's stuck on MOC 6 because I simply don't have the relics or the characters for it. I'll show you guys a little quick showcase of this account. E0S1 with ratios Lycone. Solid facial. Could be better, though. I believe, yep, E0S0 Robin. However, still very, very solid support. This is when it gets a bit ridiculous, though. This guy has E1S1 Ruan May. Don't ask how. I don't know if he just like a lucky free-to-play or if he's like a low spender. I have absolutely no clue. Also has E1S1 Acheron. However, so I'm hoping to get E2 on her on a rerun. He has the Dot Premium team, however, no E1 and no Lycone on Kafka. I mean, on Black Swan. He does have Kafka's Lycone, but he doesn't have Black Swan's. And Black Swan's E1 and Kafka's E1 do make a pretty significant difference in their Dot teams. However, you know, I'm assuming he's just like a low spender or lucky player, right? So that's what this account has. Also a pretty decently built seal, as you'll see here, and a Silver Wolf. And then it's just E4, Harmony MC, Gallagher, a bunch of 4 stars, blah, 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 blah. You know the rest. So the reason why I've been just slightly hesitant to go for the Break team on their rerun, which would just be Firefly, and then go for Lingsha Sustain currently, is because I got Facial. And Aventurine is likely to rerun in the next patch. Like, I'm talking highly likely. Like, it's not a low chance, It's highly likely. And then after Aventurine, Acheron will probably end up getting her rerun as well. So basically, what I'd have to do if I were to go for the break team is, by the way, I'm currently on a guarantee at around 70 pity, okay? So I could get like Lingsha within like 5 pulls, okay? So let's say I did do that. I go for Lingsha, 5-10 pulls, bam. Then I go for Aventurine. I have to win the 50-50. Like, no matter what, knowing my luck, I'll probably go to pity and I'll end up having to hit the 50-50 and I'll probably lose it. And that's where this issue comes, right? If you guys don't know me, if you're new to my channel, I have around 6 to 7 50-50 losses in a row, except for, the only exception was Firefly on my original account. That was the first 50-50 I won. I have 6, 7 50-50 losses in a row outside of that Firefly win, and I have 2 75-25 light cone losses in a row. Like, I just have terrible luck. So in order to get the break team, I'd have to win the 50-50 on Aventurine, win the 50-50 on Acheron, and win the 50-50 on Firefly, because Firefly will probably come the patch after the next one if I had to guess. It's just absurd how lucky I'd have to get, and to be honest, I still kind of want to try it, right? I still kind of want to try it, because if it goes well, right, and I get Lingsha, and I win the 50-50 on Aventurine, and I win the 50-50 on Acheron's rerun so I can get her E2, and I win the 50-50 on Firefly, well then this account will just be absurdly stacked. Like, E1 S1 Ruan Mei with like a Firefly and Lingsha, like, boys, absolutely demolishing all the content. Aventurine with the on the Fei Xiao team with Robin, once again demolishing all the content. E2 S1 Acheron with like Robin or Mei or Branya, again demolishing all the content. It's 3 of the strongest teams in the entirety of the game. So I've been thinking of that, right? I know what you guys are getting at. I know what you guys are thinking. I'm being incredibly greedy. I should just go either way if I really want the break team that bad. Don't go for Aventurine. But Aventurine is such a good sustain, and he's so good on the follow-up team. Like, you guys don't understand. If I didn't have Fei Xiao, I wouldn't even get Aventurine for the Acheron team. I only want Aventurine for the follow-up team because the follow-up team is so much fun. Like, I'm telling you, I've never had so much fun in this game, like actually in the turn-based gameplay, than I have using this follow-up team with Fei Xiao and March. It is incredibly fun, and it's even more fun doing hyper carry with Ruan Mei on the side. Oh my god, seeing 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 Fei Xiao ults, it's just absolutely beautiful. And then you see all the follow-ups coming out as well. Oh, it's just so satisfying. So adding Aventurine on top of this team, obviously with no Ruan Mei because she won't be able to fit if I add a sustain, bro. Oh, I love Aventurine's animations. I love Aventurine's design. I really want him. However, yeah, that's kind of my thing right now. Most likely I will end up skipping Lingsha, like straight up. I'll probably just go for Aventurine and then Acheron on the rerun, because that's just way safer. Like, I'm nearly guaranteed that, because I'm currently, as I said before, on 70 pity guaranteed. I spend like 5 or 10 wishes on Aventurine, get Aventurine, and then I have like 1.5 patches to save for 1 Acheron Eidolon. Like, more likely than not, I'll have enough Jades by that point where even if I lose a 50-50, I can still secure it. And I'd have an E2 S1 Acheron team with an E1 S1 Ruan Mei and an Aventurine, which is incredibly powerful. Sadly, no Zhaoqiu, right? Like, that's the only caveat, kinda. I wasn't playing on this account when Zhaoqiu's banner was out, so I'm not able to do anything about that, sadly. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna end off the video here. I've already yapped a little too much, you know what I'm saying? Do I go and try to play my luck? Do I gamble and try to get and win every single 50-50 so that I can possibly get the break team alongside everyone else on this account? Or do I not be greedy and just get Aventurine and get Acheron's Eidolon and run the follow-up team with Acheron, or run Aventurine on either or team and Fushuan on the Acheron team? I don't know. The thing is, right now the Acheron team is fine, and right now the Fei Xiao team is fine. So I am feeling a bit ballsy where, like, I do feel like because they're already fine for clearing all the endgame content, maybe I should go for the break team and maybe skip Acheron Z2. I don't know. I feel like it would be more fun that way, right? Like, if I get E2S1 Acheron, it's for sure more future-proof and stronger. However, getting an entire new team comp sounds a lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I have to say. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.